Hello there. Why is my cat still vomiting and what do I do about it? This is video 10, or the last video in this 10 video series that exclusively deals with why cats vomit and have diarrhea and how to manage the diarrhea and the vomiting. In this video, I'm going to discuss how a malfunctioning urogenital system causes vomiting in cats. So I shall look at the kidneys and the excretion of nitrogenous waste from the body. The three primary functions of the urinary tract system are: number one, maintain a stable blood pressure by regulating the retention and the loss of water in the body. Number two, excrete toxic nitrogenous waste circulating in the blood system through the urine. Number three, store urine in the urinary bladder awaiting removal from the body. Any condition interfering with the above functions will lead to accumulation of toxic substances in the bloodstream. Glomerulonephritis, a long word, is inflammation of the glomeruli and the nephrons. These are the functional units of the kidneys, and anything that interferes with that function of the filtration system of the kidneys is likely to interfere with the excretion of toxic waste by the kidneys. Most of the toxic nitrogenous toxic waste is generated by the metabolism of proteins in the liver. This interference leads to accumulation of toxic nitrogenous waste in the bloodstream. Accumulation of nitrogenous waste and other toxics in the bloodstream causes nausea and vomiting. Now I can look at the urinary bladder and the excretion of toxic waste. Cats are carnivores whose diet should be rich in proteins, especially proteins of meat. Meat is about 70% water. Cats eating wet food or meat drink less water compared to cats eating dry food. Cats eating dry grain-based diets will accumulate the minerals in the food in the urinary bladder. Examples of minerals excreted through the urine: magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, ammonia, and many more. Water is needed to flush out these minerals from the urinary bladder through urination or through peeing. If a cat does not drink adequate water to flush out the minerals sleeping comfortably in the urinary bladder, the minerals will crystallize and form stones or calculi. The lumen of a cat's urethra gets narrow as it approaches the tip of the penis, right? It starts very large at the base of the urethra. As the urethra comes down all the way to the penis, the lumen of the urethra becomes narrower and narrower and narrower. Urinary bladder stones on their way out of the body will often get trapped inside the urethra, leading to a blocked urinary bladder. We call them urethral plugs. All right? You got a lot of minerals and crystals, tiny crystals. They get lodged in the urethra, and the urine cannot pass anymore. It's a painful condition in cats. Any toxic substances trapped inside the urinary bladder will eventually find their way into the bloodstream. Any toxic substance, I repeat that, trapped inside the urinary bladder will eventually find their way into the urinary system, in the blood system or bloodstream. Accumulation of toxic substances in the bloodstream will always cause nausea and vomiting. Now we have covered the kidneys. Let's cover the urinary part. Let's cover the reproductive system. We are finished with the urinary system. Now I shall discuss how the reproductive system and the pyometra causes vomiting, possibly diarrhea. The mating season for cats in the Western Hemisphere is March to September. March to September. During this season, cats will cycle into estrus or come into heat every 2 to 3 weeks until they are pregnant. Every 2 to 3 weeks until they are pregnant or they are spayed. The estrus cycle lasts 1 to 2 weeks with an average of 7 days. A cat's cervix open and remain open during the estrus period to allow male sperms to enter the uterus when cats mate. During estrus, when the cervix is open, this is the time that the female cats or queens literally let their guards down. What do I mean by that? While waiting for a lucky male to mate with, the normal vaginal bacteria creep through the open cervix looking for a new home in the uterus. If the bacteria find green pastures in the uterus, they will settle down, multiply, and fill the uterus with pus. Pus is just a mixture of live and dead bacteria, bacteria toxins, white blood cells, and dead tissues. That's what pyometra is. Infection of the uterus by pus-forming bacteria. As toxic bacteria and the pus fill the uterus, both leak into the bloodstream, causing nausea and vomiting. Managing vomiting that is coming from the urogenital system requires differentiating it from other causes and the confirmation through diagnostics. I shall discuss common clinical signs and checkup techniques you can use at home to give you a clue of the probable cause of the vomiting in my upcoming videos. That's the end of the video. Now you know why cats vomit or have diarrhea, and where they vomit, what is causing the vomiting. The most likely, you are likely to be able to help your veterinarian to figure out the treatment for your cat. If this video was helpful, subscribe, share it, comment, or ask a question below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.